I'm pretty. When that happens, I guarantee you. I'm pretty sure. I can guarantee you that people will finally realize that this Lola is a more of a Looney Tune worthy version of Lola. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. That's my honest opinion. That's what I think. Again, though, the one thing about the Looney Tunes show, even though I have not seen as much as I should, is the fact that the characters are in unique situations, and I like how they do balance out the Looney Tune characters themselves. I mean, just like with Tiny Toon Adventures, Warner Brothers has done something, or is working on doing something, that we never thought would happen in any kind of Looney Tune-like environment. You got the three male characters, or four main male characters, whatever you want to look at, in Bugs, Daffy, Porky, and possibly Pepe Le Pew. Well, definitely Pepe Le Pew. You have them being balanced out by their opposites. Bugs getting balanced out by Lola in some ways. Daffy with Tina. Porky with Petunia, or Patty, depending on what they call her. And Pepe with Penelope. Now, Petunia, Patty, whatever you want to call her, is the only female character that has yet to debut, as far as I know, in the Looney Tunes show. She has yet to debut. Now, here's the thing. Again, you go to looneytunes.wika.com, looneytuneshow.wika.com, and again, you can Google it. You will see in the gallery that they have two different designs for what Petunia Patty could end up looking like when she finally appears. They have one with a green shirt and black pants, and she has her traditional look-like hairstyle, but with bangs in the front. And she does look more feminine. The other one is with like a kind of an homage to her original dress look, clothing look, if you will. She's got pigtails, a little shorter. Sorry, I hit the mic there. But pigtails a little shorter. And she looks more like modernized, more hip, more up to date, more hipness, if you will, whatever you want to call it. So depending on when she debuts is when we'll find what design she has. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, but yet she's the only one to not debut yet. Now, if you think I'm not a fan of the show, you could be wrong. I mean, I'm cool with the show. I just haven't seen it that much. I mean, if I wasn't cool with the show, if I wasn't all right with the show, why would I go out of my way during Christmas before this whole CSA Act came into being? Why would I go out of my way to find a torrent of the Looney Tunes show's Christmas Carol episode? Why would I do that? I mean, I tried to record the Christmas Carol episode off Cartoon Network On Demand. Could not do it. It was protected. So what did I do? I looked for it, found it, converted it to MPEG. The rest is history. But the point I'm trying to make is, if I wasn't cool and all right with the show, why would I go that far? I wouldn't, but I did. The point is, folks, I don't have no problem with the show. I just haven't watched it as much. Because sometimes I don't really know what time it comes on. But overall, the Looney Tunes show, again, like I said, is a breath of fresh air. I just think if you really want to establish that these are Looney Tune characters, you need to do things to the female characters, and yeah, you can put the male ones in there too, but mostly the female ones, because this is basically what it's known for when it comes to Warner Brothers. If you really want to establish this is a true Looney Tune show, you need to find scenarios where you have the female characters of Lola, Tina, Petunia, Patty, whenever she debuts, and Penelope have a scenario somewhat where they get so, as TV Tropes calls it, amored with the boyfriends, or maybe with, let's say, some kind of boyish band figure or whatever, and have them literally melt into puddles. I mean, I'm just thinking about it. I would be so enthralled if they did that, what's known as the lustful melt. If they did that in an episode, well, all three, right now, currently all three girls, Lola, Tina, and Penelope, did the lustful melt. Oh, because they see, let's say, maybe a boyish singer figure, whatever, that all girls, including them, are crazy for. And what would be funny is they end up melting to a puddle altogether, right, side by side, and then end up reforming into one just temporarily and then separating. I mean, again, if that wouldn't prove, again, if you really want to put a stamp on the fact that this is a show about the Looney Tunes, and there is looniness in here, and not just something that people say, the show's bland, it's not the Looney Tunes. Where's the real craziness? Where's the funny? Where's the comedic? Where's the comedic timing? Where's this? What's that? If you do something like that, I guarantee you, they'll get the picture that this is a show about the Looney Tunes, and that these are the Looney Tunes. Despite how you feel about them. Hold on for a second. Again, I was just checking something. But again, they do something like that in the near future, and it will show that is a show about the Looney Tunes, that these are the Looney Tune characters. Now, another thing I do agree with Doug on is the fact that it does explore certain things about the Looney Tunes you didn't know. Like, we finally find out why Daffy wears that white ring around his neck. Or what happens when Bugs loses his white gloves and he has to use other gloves. We find out that when he loses his white gloves and he has to put other gloves on, it changes his personality. So overall, it definitely goes to areas that you never thought they would go in. I mean, it's really, really cool, and I like it. I really do. And I have to admit, some of the redesigns for the characters, especially after they've gone from one season to the next, are really vastly improved, and the animation looks. I mean, the animation is similar to the first season, but it's a little bit more smoother. You can see that it's a lot more smoother, and a lot more almost getting to the point of feature film quality, almost. I mean, heck, someone has a clip of Penelope and Peppy from the Christmas Carol episode. And Penelope's new look is she's got purple eyeshadow, no more whiskers, eyelids, eyeballs, whatever you want to call them, pupils, whatever. And basically one person commented that she looked gorgeous, that this was the prettiest version of her they'd ever seen. End of story. So the question everybody has to ask themselves is, why the controversy? Why the disdain on the part of some people? And again, it's real simple. It's because, just like with the fans, the longtime Sonic fans, who do not want the characters of Sally, Bunny, and Antoine to get redesigns, but know they're going to get them. Just like them, the fans that backlash this show pretty much feel the same way. They feel that this is not the Looney Tunes. That they need more proof that basically this is not the Looney Tunes. That even though, yes, it is a new show for the Looney Tunes, it's not them. And that basically what they need is confirmation that it is them. That for the backlash to end, they need confirmation that it is them. And like I said, the examples I mentioned would be great confirmation. I'm not lying, folks. I am not lying. Again, though, I will agree with Doug on another thing. There are times where jokes in the show, and just like with any show, when they're overused, they just die. They just go down the toilet. It's kind of like with the WWE. You know, last night they had Monday Night Raw at the Izon Center in New Jersey, in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And you want to talk about a crowd that would show how they truly feel? Last night, didn't matter what some superstars like even John Cena did. These people did not care. I mean, heck, they put Sheamus against Randy Orton to see who would face the Big Show. And what happened? The fans would rather do the wave. They'd rather chant for JBL. They'd rather chant for Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, RVD. You know, it did not matter. They'd rather do anything else instead of watch that match, because it basically to them was the same kind of match they see constantly on a daily basis, night in and night out. And that's basically what Doug was mentioning when he says that sometimes when a joke is overused in the Looney Tunes show, that it dies out, and that when it dies out, it dies. It's kind of like an example being, like I said, that crowd. Let's say you try to tell them that same joke over and over again every time you appear to them, and basically that joke's going to go just completely die out. Nobody's going to give a damn. They'd rather watch something else or listen to something else. They would rather do other things instead of having to deal with listening to that joke again. So yeah, I do agree with Doug that if they want to keep fans' attention, they need to keep the jokes. They need to let the jokes be just maybe once in a while and probably bring in some freshness. And again, like I said, I'm hoping that if there is more seasons to come, they do that. And like I said, the best way to confirm to those that backlash against the show is to do something very Looney Tune wise that, you know, will get their attention. And like I said, if you were to have all three girls melt into puddles at the same time, because they see this, they get so enamored by, let's say, this boyish singer. It's kind of like, let's say, Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake, whatever you want to call him, Usher-like singer, and then have them reform together as one person temporarily, just very short temporarily, then separate. I tell you, that would definitely get people's attention. That would get them talking. You can even do it with the guys. Let's say they see him. You could even do it with the guys. Let's say you bring in a Katy Perry-like character, or a Taylor Swift-like character, or whatever, and you have them do the same thing. It would get people's attention. It would get people's attention, and it would make those, in my personal opinion, that hate on the show realize, oh crap, this show's actually pretty damn good. But again, though, that's just my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with it if you don't want to. It's just my personal opinion on what I feel can be done to help this show. And help those that backlash against it to actually watch it and enjoy it. I mean, heck, I will agree. One of the things that that actually gets me to watch it sometimes when I have a chance is to see exactly where the heck they're going to do with Lola's character. What are they going to have her do next? You know what I'm saying? And that's something you don't ever get sometimes with a show. A character that makes you want to tune in and see exactly what the hell they're going to do next. So anyway, that's just my response to Doug's Nostalgia Critic editorial. Sorry this was in 2 to 3 parts. You can comment down below. Let me know what you guys think if you agree with what I said. Check out his editorial at thatguywiththeglasses.com or here on YouTube if you can find it. And tell me and see if you agree with him or not. And that's all I'm going to say. I'll talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care.